Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how I painted up the glowing elements of this Necron Doomsday Arc. In this video I have been using an airbrush, but all of the actual key elements of this video you can do with a paintbrush or a dry brush as well. So the colours that you're going to need, and this is the same across just any form of colour, we're using green here, but what you're going to need is a dark tone, so here we're using forest green. You're going to need a mid-tone, so we're using warpstone glow. Our first highlight colour is going to be moot green, and then finally we've got yellow green as our final highlight colour. So the way this is going to work, the initial stage is very simple. We're just going to come in with our dark colour to our forest green, and we're just going to be basically blocking in the entirety of the area that we want to actually be glowing. And the way that glow effects work, you need your main central point of glow to be the brightest part, and then it fades off on either side of it as that light is getting further and further away from our main glowing element. So in the case here, it's going to be this central point here, and then either side of it is going to be our dark points. So with this first step, it's very simple. We're just blocking in the entirety of the area with our dark color, and you can see that we're also spraying it almost partly onto the actual flat of the panel as well, just to give us an extra bit of a glow effect. So on this next point, we're now coming in with our warpstone glow. So this is our mid-tone now, and you can see that we are now starting to try and focus this more towards that central area. So although this is still our mid-tone, so it's still fairly dark, we are still carrying on into the actual darker elements of it, but the main majority of it is focused in our central parts. And you can see here on the gun as well, it is exactly the same idea. We're focusing on those central points, and then it gets darker as it then fades off. So coming in now with our moot green is quite a bright color, so now we need to start being a bit more careful. Now we are really sort of focusing predominantly in that central point, leaving the dark tones and that warpstone glow in the outside areas. So you can see we are still spraying just a little bit of it over into the actual darker tones, just to sort of actually blend them a bit, but we are being much more precise now and focusing predominantly in those central elements. And then finally with our yellow green, so this is our brightest tone now, we are spraying only in our central elements. Yellow green is very bright, so if you're doing say like a blue or something, this would be pretty much almost up to like a white. And again, we want this to be our main central focus point, so the actual part where the light is physically emitting from. So it needs to be our brightest point, and we have to be nice and precise with it. And so here we go, with that yellow green all done, our glowing elements are finished. Now, just to recap then, the main key point behind OSL is that your actual object that is emitting your light has to be your brightest element. And then as that light would naturally fade away, you are then coming in with darker colors to show that the light is then fading off. Now, we've used an airbrush here. In my personal opinion, using an airbrush for OSL is a lot easier and a lot quicker, but of course you can do this with a paintbrush and a dry brush as well. Thank you all for watching, and I shall see you next time.